Hi everyone, it's Michelle from A Noble Touch, and today I am doing a Lighthouse for an order, so I thought I would film it as I go. I did do a live on my Facebook page, I think it was over a year ago. Had some internet connection problems, so people were like, no, after I got right to the end. So I thought I would refilm this and edit it and get it up on YouTube for you. Okay, so what you're going to need is a 12-inch frame with a Doris canvas grid attached. So you can get this from Walmart or Dollar General. And then the grid is you can get from Walmart or anywhere online, like Amazon or any craft stores. Then you're going to need some shells. Now these clam shells, I get this bag from Dollar Tree. You can get them for $1. Now these starfish, if you wanted to use starfish, my customer wants all shells this time, but the starfish you can get these are real starfish. You can get them from Joann's is where I usually get them from. I'm sure you can find them online as well. You would need 6 of those if you're going to do the all starfish or the shells, and then or you can mix them up so you can do 3 of each. You're going to need some zip ties, some twine. Of course, ribbon. I have navy and white striped ribbon, and then I have a jute window pane or natural window pane ribbon. So you need one of each. Of course, your scissors. You're going to need. We're going to cut these in half. So total, you're going to need like 13. You're going to need like 13 and a half full sticks. So or 14 sticks cut in half. You're not going to use off. You'll be -1, and then. You're going to need 6 whole fuzzy sticks. This is going to be for your shells that you're going to attach. Your mesh. This is a navy with silver threading deco mesh. This is a jute poly mesh. Now this is jute. I'm going to try cutting it with the wood burner. It is poly, so usually I just use a regular jute. And I cut with a rotary cutter, but because you can't typically cut jute with a wood burner. So, but we're going to try it because it's poly. And then, of course, you're going to need some white deco mesh. I have the silver threads running through it. You could use a snowball mesh, white, plain white. This is what I had, so, or what I used for this one. And then this is a silver with the silver thread deco mesh as well. Then you're going to need a lighthouse. I get these cute lighthouses on Amazon. They're about $12 or 11 something a piece. So I will post links for everything in the description when we're done with this. Then you're going to need some wire, some small eye screws. These are let me see what size. It says max weight 20 pounds, but they're number 51551. I got these just from the hardware store. And it's a 14 pack. Oh, it's 5 1/8 inch size. That's what I was looking for. So you're going to need 2 of those eye screws. Then of course, you're going to need your rotary cutter, some wire cutters, and your glue gun or wood burner. You're also going to need, if you're going to use a wood burner, a glass piece to go over your mat so you can cut don't melt your mat or your table or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And what I first do is I take these eye screws, and this is a soft wood, because usually I have a drill and I'll drill a small hole and then start my eye screw. But I put one here, and then I put one here, and you can kind of push in, because like I said, this is a soft wood, so it's not an issue to do it by your hand and just start screwing it in. And then I'm going to take some glue and just hit a little bit around the base, and then I'm going to continue screwing the eye screw in. Don't burn yourself. I'll take this now and start until it tightens up and stops. Okay, so now I have the 2 eye screws in here, and this is where I attach the wire when I go to attach to the frame. So I just take some of my, this is 18 gauge wire. And then I just slip it through here, or through one of the eye screws, and just kind of twist it up on itself. I have to take this and twist, get it tight. But anyway, so you get the gist. So you're going to do one here and one in that one. And that's what we're going to do to attach through the mesh and into our grid. So I'm going to put this aside for right now. And then we can go ahead and start. I'm going to move this out of the way. But we can start cutting our ribbon. And the ribbon, hold on one second, I'm going to put this. The ribbon I'm going to measure out, I'm going to cut every 14 inches. So I'm going to keep my phone. Let's see here. I just take my rotary cutter and every 14 inches. Cut the ribbon, and you're going to cut 6 of these out actually. So you're going to need 6 14-inch ribbon of each, the navy and white and the window pane. So we'll be right back. We're going to finish cutting up the ribbon. Did I say 6? I meant 12. You're going to need 12 each of the 14-inch ribbon. With the navy ribbon, you're of course going to fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, and so at the top just cut the folded to the open part to do your dovetail or fishtail ends. I'm not doing it with the jute mesh just because it's, you know, kind of hard to get that look with that. So it looks cute too, just cutting it straight. So now what we're going to do is you're going to take your twine, and what you're going to do is take your shells and you're going to wrap this so it's so you just tie your twine on here. Let me get this out of my way. So you just take and tie your twine around, and whichever it's going to make it hold the best way. Kind of bring it more towards the middle, and I just knot it. And that gives it like a cute, you know, rustic or nautical look with the twine over the shell. Now, I also take my glue and just hit the back where it's touching. Oh, and I just burnt myself. Anyway, you hit the back where it's touching with the shell. And then what I do is you cut this off short here. Then you're going to take one of your long fuzzy sticks and insert it underneath here and bring it up like this, And you can actually intertwine this twine that's left over if you wanted. And cut any excess off. And then what you can do here is once you twist that tight, you can also hit the knot with glue just to give a little bit more precaution of keeping it together. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and prep all of our shells like this, because then once we're done, we'll just insert through the mesh and attach to the grid or the frame with the shells. So that's how we are attaching. You know, because I don't like just gluing something on because it tends to fall off. So I like to secure it with some twine glue and some fuzzy sticks, or you can use wire for this too. So anyway, so we're gonna finish these and we will be back. Okay, so I just viewed my video there and my hand was covering some of that. So once you get your twine on your shell, you're going to insert underneath your fuzzy stick, bring it up, and then incorporate the other twine that's kind of loose and twist around trying to twist the twine into it. Like that. And then what you're going to do is hit the knot at the base with the fuzzy stick and everything touching with some more glue. And just let it sit up. And then when you're done, you'll have this nice secure shell. Okay, so now it's time to cut our mesh. The jute mesh, the poly jute, I could not cut it with my wood burner, so I had to cut it with the rotary cutter. So I cut 15 of the jute mesh 10 by 10 inch squares. So cut it every 10 inches. And you're going to need 15 of the jute. Now for the silver, we're going to need 18 silver 10-inch pieces of mesh. So I'm going to start at, let's see here, I want you to be able to see and not have my hand cover. Hold it down. Just follow the grid line, don't jump grid lines, and that will melt as you go. So you'll get the less fraying for your deco mesh. So I'm going to cut up 18 of the silver. Then you're going to need 27 of the blue and 21 cuts of the white. So that's 21 white, 27 blue, 18 silver, 15 jute, for a total of 81 pieces of mesh for this wreath. Okay, so we have all of our mesh cut, and now we are going to do our ruffles. So there's going to be 3 sets of ruffle combinations. We're going to do a blue, white, and silver ruffle. So when we do the blue, white, and silver, so you're going to get a piece of each, and you're going to do 12 of these ruffle. So you're going to take your blue, lay it out, and this is my triple ruffle is what I call it. So you're going to pinch and gather, pinch and gather, pinch and gather. So it looks like this. And then this is going to have the white one next. You do the same thing, pinch and gather. And you're going to kiss it together like that. And then the silver. Pinch and gather, pinch and gather, pinch and gather. Like that. Now with this blue, white, and silver ruffle, this is where we're going to add the ribbon. So you want to take your jute window pane first and put it on there like this, and then you can do your the navy. So it's going to be like that. And then you're going to take your fuzzy stick, which I cut them in half, and then hold tight, pull up, make sure it doesn't fly out of your hand. That is known to happen sometimes. And then that is going to be one of your ruffles. Now, so you're going to do the 12 with the ribbon inside. You're going to do the navy on the bottom, white in the middle, silver on top with the jute and navy ribbon. So you want to do 12 of these. When we attach, we're going to attach the 12 ones with the ribbons on each of the center bar here in the middle of this bracket. So they will all go on the middle of the bracketed sections. Not only is that going to go on the middle of the bracketed sections, is going to go on the B rung. I call this A, B, C, and D. It's going to go on the inside between the two bracket sections on the B rung, right in the middle, like that. So that's just for future reference, but that's where all of the 12 bundles will go of this ruffle. The next ruffle is going to be white, jute, and blue. So you're going to have a white, the jute, and blue. So that means you're going to do the white first. And the jute. And the blue. And then attach with the fuzzy stick, like that. Now I've seen a piece of, there, just trim any jute that might be sticking out. So then you're going to, this is another ruffle. So you have the white on the bottom, the jute, and the blue on the top. Our third ruffle is going to be silver, jute, and blue. So we're going to have the silver on the bottom, the jute in the middle, and the blue on the top. And again, it's just the ruffle method, like that. So like that, you have the blue, the silver, the jute, and the blue. So the blue's on the top for that. So now, when we go to attach, So the silver, blue, and jute, which actually I'm going to work from the inside and work my way out. So the first one I'm going to do is the one with the white, and attach that on the first one from the inside. This would, I actually, if you look at my flower pattern, call this 1, 2, and bracket 1, 2, and 3. So it'd go on the bracket 3 position for this one. And just pull down through the grid and around the bar. And then the bracket 2 section, of course, our ribbon's going to go, our ribbon bundle will go in that one here. And you guys could probably do this with zip ties too, if this if those hurt your hand. And then of course our silver, jute, and navy is going to go on the first one on the outside. And you want to pull it down tight. Like that. And then what I like to just push down so it comes down this bar, and then attach to the others like so, and come down like that. And already you can see how full this is going to be when it's all said and done. This mesh is going wide like this, and that's how we put it on the frame like this. Well, when we get to the section between the two brackets, and we're going to attach it to this, the B rung here, and we're going to attach it in the middle, we're not going to attach it wide. We're going to attach it the long way, so that actually fills up, using it right here. So we're going to take and secure that in the middle on the B rung between the two bracket sections, and we're putting it, of course, the long way. I guess vertical instead of horizontal, maybe. Okay, so now for the next fold, we're going to do the same bundles we had here, but instead of doing the white, jute, and silver on the first rung, we're going to do the silver, jute, and blue on the first rung, and then put the white, jute, and blue. So I'm alternating. So I'm just flipping the outside bundles for each, on each bracket sections, you're going to flip it. So the white's going to go on the outside, the silver's going to go on the inside, the white will go back on the inside, silver will go on the outside. So as we go along, we're just going to place our bundles, just, flip-flop them. That way the color blends completely into the wreath, so you're not having too much white in one section. You're pulling it back and forth on each brackets. So anyway, we're going to finish doing our bundles and attaching, and we'll be back. Okay, so we did all of our spots on the frame. We should have 3 bundles left, which is going to be the white on the bottom, jute, and the navy on the top. That's going to go into fill in here, because if you push aside, you can see the grid coming through there. So what we're going to do though first is to attach our lighthouse, and then we'll put some of the mesh, slip it under if we can. So we're going to, you want to make sure when you do the lighthouse that the the brackets are to the side. So when the Lighthouse is laying, it's going to lay like this. That way, when you hang it, it'll hang straight, so the Lighthouse isn't, you know, crooked. So you can hang it right there. So you want to turn it around and put this on like that. So then you just take your wires and push it into the grid here. Actually, I'm going to position that, see if that's about the right spot for you. Again, I want to make sure that's straight with my backing here. And then you just pull tight and twist the wire. So you're going to have a lot of access because I cut the wire longer. Just to kind of twist it. And then of course you cut off the excess. But see now how you can see the grid behind it. So then you can take your 3 leftover bundles and I put the bundles in after because it's just easier to get the wire in through the grid so you don't have to go through all the mesh. See how that's filling in nicely? So that's how it's looking right now. And then you're going to want to take your shells now. And I typically do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, around 3 on each side. You can put these however you want, but this is how I do it here. And I just kind of bring the mesh apart a little bit and try to bring the fuzzy stick through the grid. And then the shell just sits on top of the mesh when it's all said and done. So we're going to go ahead and just attach the rest of these shells and we'll cover it back. So now we want to cover the back. So what I did is just trace the frame. I forgot to show you this before I started, but I have foam poster boards and I just traced to the would be the C rung all the way around, because you want to leave the outer rung open to hang on the nail or the door hanger, wreath hanger. And you just take a nail or something, screwdriver, and punch 4 holes into this all the way around, like that. You're going to sit it on the back. And then take your zip ties, and then you're going to bring this around that C rung bar, or the C rung. And don't tighten it down tight right at first, because you want to move this around a little bit, make sure it's covering everything. And don't mind my dogs. Somebody just pulled in, so of course they're tearing around upstairs. I got 2 big labs that are our babies here. tighten down. Cut off the excess here. Push that in. And here is our finished wreath, our lighthouse. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I've got one more to make, and I gotta ship these babies out. So hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for joining. Make sure to also like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be alerted when I have new videos coming out. So thank you. Have a great day.